I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Om. Amen. Good evening. We all have assembled here to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Sri Gurudev's coming to West in the city of Denver. While coming to this place, I asked what is the meaning of Denver and what is the meaning of Colorado. Although I have been coming to this beautiful city since 1997, this thought never came to my head. Just a little ago. Out of different meanings, I was told that one meaning of Denver is Green Valley. Meaning of Colorado is colorful. So I'm happy to be in colorful Colorado and in the Green Valley. And when this morning I was looking at snow and snowing, I saw snow in my life first time in 1982-83. Not snowing, only snow in the mountains, in the Himalayas. But I saw snowing first time, it was in 1994, when I started to stay a little longer in Vienna during my first trip to West. When it was snowing, I was thinking that it snowed for me, although many might think that for them, but surely not for the plants. I was happy on one hand, it is snowing, so beautiful. On the other hand, I was suffering with the suffering of the plants because they are so warmed up to blossom, and when there is snow, they get a little bit confusion. What is happening? However, on this snowy weekend, you all have come here to join in celebrating Gurudev's coming to West. As you heard, the topic is how to raise a happy family or something. And you are asking this question to a monk. When I was sitting here, I was listening to beautiful music. In the music, first we heard a simple prayer, one person singing solo. The second, we listened to beautiful flute with Indian drums, tabla. So 2 persons. Next we heard 3, vocal and 2 instrumental. This is, if you think of solo music, singing or one instrument, then dual, then multiple, is it not a family creating music? Family of 3 created beautiful music. What is this family is till now I am a little bit confused, but I have my own understanding. I'll tell my own way. Do you know, we all live in this body. This body which we have, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hands, feet, they all are living together as under one umbrella called as body. We are living not only with this body which we call as gross. There is mind, intellect, ego, memory, impression, emotion. It is there. Not only that, in this body simultaneously, breath is going on, the heart is beating, digestion is going on. Not only that, there is a soul in this body, otherwise this body will be dead. So when I think of all these integrated together, it is a family. Family of sense organs, family of internal organs, family, a body, soul, and all this together. To me, it is a family. In this family, if there is some disturbance means, for example, somebody got stomach disorder. Thank God, very rarely I get. So entire system gets concerned. What is going on? Why did this thing happen? In a family, there is coordination, there is cooperation, there is communication, there is integration, there is joyfulness. It is all there. The other day I was telling, if a little dust falls in one eye, the other eye tears out of compassion. So there is compassion, there is love, there is fellow feeling in this family, this body. Body is a family. What is this family we are talking of today? Do you know, I will take you to the completely other end. From body family in which I live, I'm taking you to the other family, the other extreme. What is the extreme? In a family, there is a father, there is a mother, there are children, there is a home. They live together, they meet each other, there is interaction, there is difference, there is tear, there is laughter. And what other end I'm telling, do you know? The family which I'm talking of, the universal family, God is the father. Nature is the mother. Earth is our home. We all are in one family. Are we not in one family? Will you think that we sitting in USA are separate and you sitting in India are separate? No. It is one family. We are not strangers to each other. We are brothers and sisters and under the fatherhood of God. In between, the family becomes, you come from a family, I come from another family, from another parents. Our country can be a family. So we can make family like this. The society, the community can be family. When we live together, I came from a family. This family was from India. In a remote village, no electricity, no running water, muddy road, 4 months of monsoon rain, you have to walk through this much of mud. Forget about shoe. We used to tell, in the 4 months of monsoon, we carry the shoe. The rest of the year, the shoes carries us. That was the way we lived. The family from which I came, or the family from which my Gurudev came. Even Gurudev came, if I think of myself, it is 64, 65 years ago. When I think of my Gurudev, it is 117 years ago. He was born in a family in a remote Bengal. Do you know how many siblings there were? One day Gurudev was sitting in New York City. It was an informal talk sometimes in 70s. And how many brothers and sisters you have? Somebody asked Gurudev. He said, only 11. What? 11? It was a shock for many. That is why India is poor. Why do they have so many children? What is the need? Then when there was debate about it among themselves, Gurudev was silently sitting. He came at the age of 67. Can you imagine? He came from a completely orthodox Brahmin family and coming to West, living and leading a life of monasticism with strict discipline in everything, and coming here to USA. However, somebody's asked about Gurudev's brothers and sisters. Gurudev said, we are 5 brothers and 6 sisters, and all were well educated. If I speak of my brothers, 2 brothers doctors, 2 brothers attorneys, and Gurudev himself was textile engineer. Somebody asked, was your father a king? How could you train and educate you also and like this? So when we grew up in one family, I'm talking of, in the family, it was not just we the siblings lived. I hear some disciple was telling me long ago here in Denver, when she came in 60s to USA, and here in Colorado, to find Indian faces was not so common. And somebody in sari walking, people used to come and, can we take a photograph of yours? Because it was not so common. And where you are from? From India. Do you have houses in India? Somebody asked. He said, no, we live on the branch of the trees. So you live on the branch of the trees, how do you go there? No, we have elevator to go to the branch of the tree. You have elevator to go to the branch of the tree. It is not story, it happened. It's humor, a humorous expression. Do you know, when I was a little boy, school boy, I read a book. It was translated into Odia, written by one 18, 19 years young American girl, young lady, you can say 18, 19. She wrote about, what is the title of the book? When I read about in Odia, I never remembered what was the English title. But I loved that book. I loved that author. I didn't remember about the author because it was an American name. I was a little schoolboy. One day I was sitting in Dallas. Then I told, I read a book. The title of the book I don't understand. It may be India, My Home. And it was by one young lady, young girl, whose father was ambassador to India, US ambassador. It was maybe nearly 18, 19 years ago or so. So internet was quite popular. And one disciple went up and came down. He said, I found the book. I said, what is the name of the book? At My Home, India. I found the author. I said, who is the author? Cynthia Bowles. I said, who was she? Then he went on describing, her father was the governor in New York, and then he became ambassador to USA, and so on. And not only that, he said, I have already ordered a book which is out of print, but few copies available. I ordered a book for you. I came to Miami to our ashram. Then I was talking about this book and the author. So immediately in the office, they tried to contact, search in the internet about that family. They could trace the family. It is in New York, very prominent family. But when they telephoned, normally, how can you answer who is calling? So you speak into the answering machine, they call you back. You call this number, why do you call this number? What do you want? How can I help you? Do you know Cynthia Bowles? Yes, she's so and so. She's married. She lives in Boston, and she is quite old. And her name is changed after marriage. And why do you want? And then giving her telephone number. Then we connected her. I talked to her. You can't imagine. She laughed and laughed. She said, I'm so happy to hear that somebody as a schoolboy reading my book, and which I wrote as a 18, 19 years old girl, and now he's searching for me, and we had nice talk for a few minutes. I'm telling my friends, my loving ones, what is this family? Is it not that Cynthia and me belong to one family? Otherwise, how could I have remembered her and searching her in USA and finding her out and the trace of the family members? We all are in one family. When I came to Gurudev, I have little joy, little tear, little love, little emotion. I was a young boy, young man, 20. I first looked at him, I listened to him, I liked him, I doubted him, I got confused with him, I came again and again to him and slowly accepted him, and I understood him. I have been trying to understand him, and I can tell I have understood him till now. But I love him. To me, he is my father, he is my mother, I am his son, I am his daughter. He gave me everything as I needed. Just he and me, we are one family. And he told, never limit our family life between you and me, let us expand it. One day, Gurudev was sitting, and his brother, his sisters, his sister-in-law, they were always sitting together. I was there. And his brother, who was a doctor, he was looking at Gurudev's hand, just like as an expert in palm reading. What are you looking at? He said, I'm just looking at your palm. I'm reading the lines. What are you reading? He said, you have many children, but you have no wife. You have lot of income, but you don't pay income tax. You have no money, but you travel all over the world. He was talking like this. So it is true. Gurudev expanded his family, starting from remote village, coming to Puri, meditating, praying, intense sadhana, then his own spiritual experience. Then he did not want to be selfish, to have everything within, be happy and content, to distribute it, fulfilling the words of his masters, command of his masters. He came to West, and he lived in East and West, traveled between India and Europe, USA, South America, North America, and so on. And he sent us to other continents like Australia, New Zealand during his lifetime, and he spreaded his family. We are sitting here in this evening. Don't you belong to Gurudev's family? The other day I was telling, he was like a gardener. He plucked the flowers like you, me, and all, and stringing together and offering to God. We all are in one family. My dear and loving ones, we have come here for what? You will tell, we have come this evening to listen to you. Then maybe if we'll have some questions, we'll ask you. Then we heard that there will be some food, a takeaway. We'll take with us some food. Then that is the evening. What will happen? We have come to be happy, to know something, to learn something, to grow up. Do you know, my friends, my loving ones, in every breath we grow up. Whether we grow up intellectually, philosophically, spiritually, devotionally, or not, at least we grow old. Every breath, every moment. We have come here to grow up. We have come here to be happy. You have not come here to be unhappy, to be sad, to be... No. We came to this earth to be happy. There was a saint, mystic, a householder, a poet in India. His name is Sant Kabir, Saint Kabir, householder saint. A very beautiful divine being. He said, Kabira, tu jab paida hua, it is in Hindi, jag hase tu roye. Oh Kabir, he's addressing himself. When you were born, everybody was smiling and you were crying. And you know, when we are coming out of the cozy compartment of the mother's womb, with so much of comfort, so much of warmness, so much of inner love, when he came out and the umbilical cord was disconnected, we started crying. The babies cry. If the baby doesn't cry, I heard from the doctors and nurses that they pinch the baby so that the baby should cry. I heard it. I heard it here. So baby cries and we smile. Sant Kabir is telling, Kabira tu jab paida hua, jag hase tu roye, aisa karni kar chale, jab tu hase jag roye. Live such a life when you will leave the body, you will live joyfully, peacefully, happily, but the world will be crying for you. They will miss you. We have come to this world. We have to live with the family of the body and mind, to live with our parents and brothers and sisters, children and grandchildren, siblings, to live on this planet Earth under fatherhood of God and motherhood of this nature, and how to live, how to raise this family, my dear ones. I will give you some simple tips personally in this family of body and mind, how to live happy, how to raise this family. In our real family with father, mother, wife, husband, children, how to raise ourselves a happy family. And also on this earth, no one wants to be unhappy. No one wants to be sad. No one wants tear except the tear of love and tear of joy. No one wants to suffer until and unless one who is, for example, sometimes I love to fast. When I fast not for a day or 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days. So it is in one word or one way a suffering, not to provide delicious food God has created for us. On the other hand, starving, to suffer, to make the body suffer, to feel what life is, what hunger is, what penance is, what tolerance is, what endurance is. Jesus said, your mouth is not meant for bread alone. We don't live by bread alone. We live with something else. However, I'll give you one example of a family. This example is from India. Those who have read or known about India and India's religious spiritual tradition, there is a family and there is a deity they worship, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is married and his wife is Parvati. So they live together and they have 2 children. One is Ganesha, one is Kartikeya. They live together under one roof. What was the roof? Under the shade of the tree. What? They live under the shade of the tree? They have no home? When there was snowing, so they went to the cave. One day, some other ladies came to Parvati. When they were sitting together, Parvati is pretty. The others were also pretty. They came from the same status, same, birds of same feathers flock together. People of same status, they love to be getting together, getting along. So they looked at Parvati and Parvati was looking at them. Parvati saw they have such, beautiful jewelries. Parvati has nothing. Some flowers. flower garland. They have gorgeous saris and other dresses. She has very simple. You have no home, you have no ornaments, you have no such good saris. How do you live? You live such a miserable life. Poor Parvati. I will not tell poor, loving Parvati. She was so happy and content before in her family and family life, now become upset. Inwardly sad, outwardly smiling. Yes, yes, we are happy. My husband is very nice. And then they left. And now, all the emotion, all the suppressed wishes was outbursted on poor Shiva. I'll not say poor Shiva, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva said, Parvati, what happened to you, my darling? She said, what you have done to me? I got married with you. Have you ever thought of me? Have you ever thought of our two children? Have you ever thought of guests, relatives, friends coming here? You always sit with your eyes closed, meditating and praying. You are happy with yourself. You have brought only misery and misery and misery to me. Parvati, what has happened to you? Why you are talking like this? We have lived so long joyfully. Enough is enough. What do you need? I need a house. You need a house, all right? So what type of house you need? I need a big house. Do you know, in USA, there is a family. I've not visited that family. I'll be visiting, maybe it's 3 days after. When the husband was in 70s, and you can imagine the wife having grandchildren, everybody, they are living in a good house, but she had the wish to live in a big house. They purchased a big piece of land at the age of late 70s and building up a big house. And I was there for the housewarming. I said, oh God, when people in their old age move to small house, how to maintain, and you have done the opposite. Then I was thinking of Parvati. Now Parvati wanted this big house. Lord Shiva said, every wish of yours will be fulfilled. Do you know what happened? So Lord Shiva, he's the Lord. He invited the divine architect, divine builder, fulfill the wish of Parvati, whatever she needs, what type of house, whatever furnitures, anything required. So you fulfill it. And that was done. It was really amazing house, amazing in the whole creation. Now the house is built, everything is, and Parvati is happy. And he invited for a housewarming. But who will do the puja? In the Vedic ritual, they do some rituals, some fire ceremonies, some chanting, some mantras. Who will do the puja? So Lord Shiva said we should invite worthy priest. Who is the worthy priest of the time? He says Ravana, the king of Lanka. He had double characters. How many personalities I don't know we have. At least I know of myself. I'll not tell my secret. But thing is, Ravana, I know, he had double personalities. One is very sincere, well-versed, knowledge in scriptures, expert in rituals. Everything is a perfect priest. On the other hand, the most wicked. You can't imagine his viciousness. So Ravana was invited. Ravana did the ritual, everything perfectly. Puja was over. Ravana was looking at this house, and then Ravana was thinking, why this Shiva, whose life is to meditate, need such a house which is unique in the creation? And slowly he got tempted. Then Lord Shiva and Parvati came, wanted to tell thank you for doing all this. So Ravana, as you officiated as a priest this ceremony, what do you need? Any wish you have, we'll fulfill it as a gift, token of gift. Suppose if we visit your home, you might give a token of gift. Swami, you came, take this gift to remember. He said, you want to give me a gift? Promise. He said, yes, I promise. Parvati also said, promise. So I want this house. Lord Shiva said, take it. Now what happened? Ravana had technology. I tell the other side of Ravana. Ravana was an expert in technology. I don't know this type of technology till now has developed here to take that palace itself 1,000 miles away to his place and again to settle it. The whole palace. He had technology, Ravana, during those days. He took it. And he took it inside. Ganesha and Kartikeya were playing outside. And Parvati was inside. And with the house and Parvati, he lifted it as if in the fingertip and went in space, lifting up this palace. Poor Parvati started crying. She realized the trouble. Oh God, why did I think of this palace? I was happy with nothing. We lived together so joyfully. Now Ravana is taking me away. What shall I do? At that time, a celestial angel whose name is Narada, who has the ability to go and anywhere, he came and saw Parvati weeping. Not weeping, sobbing. What happened to you, my mother? She narrated everything. She said, okay, don't worry. Let Ravana do something. I will take care of. And he was, Narada was in one way, what did they say in the English, one who can resolve the problems? Problem solver. So however, he came to Ravana, he said, where are you going? What is this palace? He said, I am going, and what happened, he described, and I am going with Parvati. He said, what? You do think that Lord Shiva would give his Parvati away? He said, what? Yes, he gave the complete palace and everything in the palace I'm taking. I said, let me go and see. Narada went to Shiva. Shiva was meditating. Narada went and bowed to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva opened the eyes. What happened to Narada? Where is my mother? He said, oh, what happened to her? Because he forgot. Oh, she has gone with Ravana, with the palace. What? You gave Parvati away? You gave Parvati away. Well, she will be happy with the palace. Let she be happy. And what will happen to your two sons? Where are they? They have gone to play. When they will come back, they will ask for food. Can you provide them food? You need your wife. She will prepare food. You don't know how to cook. He said, that is a problem. He said, what shall I do? Narada wanted to help Parvati. Narada wanted here to help Shiva also. He said, look, I have some ideas. What is the idea? Create a duplicate Parvati. How can I create duplicate Parvati? You don't know. You take little water from your water pot, and on any animal, you throw it, and to be a Parvati, you tell that will be Parvati. So there was a frog jumping. And what he did, he took water and said, be a Parvati. And that frog became a Parvati. And she said, Parvati, come here, sit down with me. And Lord Shiva was sitting with Parvati, and then duplicate Parvati. Narada went to Ravana. Ravana, I came back. I said, what? Lord Shiva is sitting with Parvati. Shiva is sitting with Parvati. He cheated me. He went back, going back to Lord Shiva and telling, you did not find anybody, and your priest, you are cheating the priest, telling lie. What lie I told? You are sitting with Parvati, you gave me a duplicate Parvati with the house? He said, no, that is original, this is duplicate. She said, no, keep your original Parvati, give me duplicate Parvati. I want to take the duplicate Parvati. So original Parvati came back. The original Parvati said, my lord, I don't need house. I want you, I want to be happy. You are my happiness. You are my sweetheart. I don't want anything else. Do you know? Here is happiness in family. Happiness in family becomes, there is where there is right understanding. If there is right understanding between the two, whether you are living in a family, you are living with friends, living in a community, going to a club, working in the office, anywhere, it is a family. Wherever you go, there is a family. there should be right understanding. Tuning in attitude. I will tell another incident from the same life of family of Lord Shiva. This, they have family of only 4. Nowadays, family is decreasing. Family is decreasing. We too, nothing else. No, they don't want to have children. At least a pet. We have a dog. I remember when I was in Berlin. I was staying with one old mother. I was at that time maybe in my 30s. She must be in her 60s or 70s, something like this. And in her apartment, so I was staying there. One disciple who is now a monk, he was coming there when I was staying there and staying with me. And one family visited from Berlin, Gurudev's longtime disciples. They had a cute little boy, little son. So that son looked at her, said, telling her name, "You live here?" She said, "Yes." "You live here only with 3 cats? She had 3 cats. "Yes." "You have no boyfriend?" That little boy, he was 5. So I became curious. I asked this little boy, "Do you have friend?" He said, "I have girlfriends, 5 years old." "How many?" "5." So here I'm talking of the family where Lord Shiva, Parvati, and 2 children. Lord Shiva loves to have a pet. The pet is bull. Not only that, Lord Shiva said, "I love to have some snakes." When I came to Texas first time, it was in 1997, the same 1997. I heard some people keep snake as pet. I don't know if you heard about it. People keep snake as pet. So Lord Shiva has 2 pets. One is a bull, few snakes. Now Parvati said, "Okay, you keep bull and snake. I have my own choice." What is your choice? "I want to keep a lion." I was in Texas in our ashram. A monk, he told me, "I will take you to a zoo." It is not a zoo. It is an animal trader. He had a huge space in Miami area. And to show me. Normally, I don't go out. He said, "I will show you beautiful tigers." So I went, and there were many tigers. And one cub was moving outside just like pet cat. Pet dog came and you pat and it's playing and was pulling my cloth to come with the tiger. However, that was my personal experience with a tiger cub pulling my clothes. And there Parvati wanted to keep a lion. Ganesha said, "All right, I also want to have a pet." Kartikeya said, "I want a pet." "What pet?" Ganesha said, "I need to have a mouse." Kartikeya told, "I need a peacock." You just think. Bull, lion, they're friends. Peacock, snake, they're friends. Peacock eats snake, kills snake. Snake and mouse, they're friends. Oh God, can you imagine? This is a family having contrast in interest, but live peacefully. Not only that, Ganesha loves. Do you know what he loves? He loves to read and read and read and note, study. He loves to eat and read. No exercise. He was a chubby boy with a big tummy. And on one hand, holding that other hand, writing, reading. And Kartikeya is a bodybuilder. Exercise, jogging, gymnasium, and do not very moderation in food. His body is like this. And Ganesha is telling, Kartikeya is telling, "Ganesha, what you have done to your body is a body?" He said, "What you have done to your head, it is empty." But this is a family. In the family, they lived joyfully. happily. I'll tell about a verse in Sanskrit, a yogi's family. In this verse it is said, a yogi means a meditator, has a family, has a father. Who is the father? Patience is the father. If we want to live with others, whether friend, husband, wife, we should have patience towards each other. Father is the patience. If we are impatient, if we are intolerant, if you are reactive, there will be, hell. Forgiveness is the mother. We have to cultivate patience and forgiveness. Let us stop for a moment. Have you ever thought of your own mother? Have you ever thought when we were little babies with how much patience she has nursed us, she has fed us, she has taken care of us, she has sacrificed our comfort? We have done so much of mischief. How much she has forgiven us, and we have to cultivate it in ourselves. Fatherhood is patience, motherhood is forgiveness. Dharya yasya pita kshamacha janani. I am married. You are a married person, is married. With whom? Peace. Peace is my wife or husband. So in the family, father is patience, mother is peace, mother is forgiveness, my partner is peace. I have a brother, I have a sister. So who is the brother? Bhrata manas sanjama, mind control. Control over emotion, control over mind is brother. So who are the children? Truthfulness. Because anything comes from this mouth is the offspring. Anything comes through the eyes is my children. If my eyes are not filled with love, if my words are not truthful, if my conduct is not refined, humble, and polite, I'm not a human being. I might be looking as a human being, but I'm not a human being. We have to cultivate all these qualities in ourselves to be a good person. A good person can be a good husband, good wife, good father, good mother, good son, good daughter. I will be a good person if I want to have a good family. I should be happy to have a happy family. I should be joyful to have joyfulness in the family. First, me. I am to change myself, not that this all should be loving. Suppose we live in an ashram. Ashram is family. You come for meditation. That time, that meditation group is a family. Wherever, I should be the instrument of change and bringing change in myself and spreading that change through my own example. Do you know, we live in family. When I think of my family, in my family, when I was born, I came out of the mother's womb very early, only 7 months old. As I told you, in a remote village, no electricity. Forget about modern hospital. I struggled day and night. I did not struggle alone. I was innocent. I was not knowing so much, struggling just to live, to survive. But how much trouble I have created to my mother, to my father, to my eldest sister. Later on, I feel that how much they have done. So how much trouble I created for them. But they did not take it as trouble. Out of love, pure love, sacrifice. They accepted this with their tears, praying to God, taking the best possible care, whatever is available. This is what family is. That family is not just where we live under the one roof, one house, this family. Do you know, wherever I will I'll move with this family of a healthy mind, loving heart. That is my family. Wherever I'll have interaction with anybody, I'll have that love, that humility, that joy, that fellow feeling, that serving nature, serving attitude, I should have. Do you know, if you want to have a good family, to raise a good family, first train yourself, prepare yourself. Your own preparation, your own change, your own transformation will bring, the real bond of love in the family, real joy of love in the family. I'll tell you one story. Not story, it happened with me. Do you know? You look at my dress, look at my face. Doesn't look strange? To be very honest, it is unusual. Suppose I am walking in the airport. I'm just like an odd man out. I, when I walk, I smile. People look at me and some smile, some think that he's crazy or something. Why is smiling like this? I go into the aircraft, go on smiling. So when I sit, thank God nowadays I'm not talking. Most of the time I have in silence tag here. So during those days I was talking. So at least one who is sitting near me, I'll just tell, hello, how are you? At least to tell that that person will not think that I am from Mars or Venus, or I am a stranger, I don't know, good manner or minimum courtesy. So once I was flying with another fellow monk, and 3 seats. We are flying in Australia from Brisbane to Sydney. One old lady in her 80s, she was the third person. So I told the Swami, where do you want to sit? He was an elderly Swami. He said, I am sitting near the window. I said, fine. I sat in the middle, and she was next to me. I smiled. How are you? She said, very good. And she was happy that she found somebody who is friendly. Do you know what happened? The entire flight, she narrated her autobiography. Complete. It was maybe about 2 hours flight, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It was long ago. And she told, we got married and we had misunderstanding, big fight. We got separated. It was painful. Then I was in Europe, in Italy. I was in a restaurant. I saw my ex-husband was there. After quite a few years, I looked at him. He looked at me. We felt something. Then we started talking. Then we remarried. We lived together. We lived together the whole life. We have children, grandchildren. He's no more. I came to visit, I'm telling in brief, otherwise I would have taken 2 hours time of yours to narrate the story. So, the brief, what happened between the two in the beginning? What happened again between the same two after a few years? How could they live so joyfully the rest of the years, rest of their lives? And now she's remembering him having tear in her eyes. It is possible. It needs again, to reconfirm ourselves, to reform ourselves, to rebuild ourselves, our own attitude, our thinking. We are human beings. And it is in our hand. Apart from all this, if we are living in a family, wherever, few things, again I'm telling, cultivate contentment. Cultivate contentment. How to be content? I want this, I want that. This modern world, we have this, have that. Do you know, I am not telling don't have. You need money, I also need money. You need money? I said, yes. Day after tomorrow, not day after tomorrow. The other day, Tuesday, I'll have to fly. I'll not fly with the yogic power that I don't need. I don't have that power to go from one place to another place. I need aeroplane ticket. We need money, but how much? We need dress. How much? We need food. How much? If you are clear about how much, life will be much easier. It will bring contentment. This enough. Why to keep so much of clothes? To take care of. When I came to USA and I visited from city to city, nowadays a little less. So people opened their door, kept me at their home, and kept me the best room, everything best. So sometimes, I open the closet. They say, Swami, here is, you can hang your clothes. That is their own closet. When I open the closet, I look like this, and so much of clothes hanging, and 2 hangers for me, for my clothes. How much do we need? When I sleep, when I ask each other, really, how much? Our need is very little. Our greed is too much. We can be content with, if the mind is peaceful, with little we are happy. I remember one family in USA. I remember this family more and more again and again because this was an American family and really loved that family. The husband was an attorney, but successful attorney, but for ideology, he left legal practice. He sought in some charity organization. They lived in such a humble way. Before taking food, we pray. In ashrams, we pray. In the monasteries, wherever we take food together, we pray. He said, Swamiji, we have also our prayer. I said, what is the prayer? So they have 2 little daughters, cute little teenagers. So they said, you have joined our family, we are family members. We hold each other's hand. Because breakfast and dinner, they eat together, lunch, So they hold each other's hand, they sing. I was silently listening what they sing. Such beautiful way. And they had a little, it is in California, they had a little garden in the backyard, growing tomatoes, greens, and we grow and we cook. We have such happiness in the family. It is not such luxurious house with too many things, but a content and happy family. Right understanding, contentment, bringing God into family. Bring God into our life, in personal life, into family life. God is the head of our family. Do you know? I'll tell you about a very successful, powerful businessman in India. I'm telling 100 years ago, till now also that business family is prosperous. The founder of that business family had a small room with 2 chairs. And in the middle, a small table. So that chair is chair for God and this chair for himself. If any business decision was to be taken, he used to sit there and closing the eyes, and because he had made the life, his business, partnership with God. So what does it mean? Any deal, any decision he took talking to God, or God, this is yours, it's not really mine. Whatever will happen, 50% of it, 25% of it is for good work. That's all. Praise to God, and goes and signs the paper, and failure, God's failure, success, God's success, partnership with God. Not to be unhappy. Bring God into your life. Spend few minutes, just like if we want to really bring happiness in family, sit together. Not only sitting together, nowadays it is so unfortunate. The son is sitting with his own food, and with this, the daughter is sitting with her own food, opening a book. The wife is sitting elsewhere, the husband is sitting, and there is no family togetherness. It is really this modern technology, these gadgets, they are separating ourselves too much because of this machine. We don't talk so much. So spend time with God, spend time together with openness. I know one family, both are doctors, and she told, both are initiated, she told, once in a year we have our, just like people have open house, we have our open family. I said, what is open family? We sit together, and anything we have to talk against each other, we talk. And that's all. once in a day, once in a year, one day, and that's all. And then the compromise, will not do this. Okay, move forward. So if we want real happiness into life, pray and meditate every day. If you want real happiness in life, take food together. If you want real happiness in family life, I'm talking of family life, create some common interest among each other. If you want real happiness in life, smile. If you want real happiness in family, be support to the other when there is need. With these few words, I will wind up. If this body is my family, my sense organ is my family, I should keep my body healthy. Exercise is needed. To mind healthy, prayer and meditation. And for body healthy, good food. To keep mind healthy, cheerfulness. To keep body healthy, rest. To keep mind healthy, to see good in everybody. Not to have critical attitude, negative attitude, he did this, she did that. It will bring poison in your life. Your personal life will be miserable. This personal family life. Remember, if your mind is sick, the body will be sick. If the mind is unhappy, your life will be unhappy. It is about, I spoke about the family. Now I'll speak a few words, our global family. As I told you, God is one. Not that Hindu God is different from Christian God. Somebody told, the Hindu's hell is more miserable than the Christian hell. I'm not telling story. It happened in Austria, and some people knocking the door, and the door was opened, and there was discussion, and I'm not. Have you gone to heaven or hell? Do you know? Somebody asked, Swami, another Swami, what will happen to you when you die? He said, what? No, what will happen to you? He said, okay, I'll go to hell. Because some people think that only heaven is reserved for them, and for the rest there is hell. It is a wrong attitude. God is one, earth is one, nature is one. We all are brothers and children. Yes, your food is different from my food. Your way of praying is maybe different from my way of praying, but we are praying to same God. Let us love each other. Let us bring that understanding on this planet Earth. Let there be, just like, let not be more difference between you and me, bridging the gap. Let the same thing happen. We need this. The world is becoming smaller. It is my personal inner experience. The world is awakening. Although we might feel that there is so much of destruction, there is war, there is trouble, but it is not such big trouble as it happened 100 years ago. You don't know what has happened in the past. You don't know what has happened in 200 years ago, 300 years ago. It was more miserable. Here there is more openness. Yes, there is some problem here and there, but there is spiritual awakening in consciousness, openness in heart. I'm praying to God. Let us pray together. That let there be more joyfulness in our personal life. Let there be more understanding among each other, between country and country, nations and nations. Let there be real spiritual one family. I pray to God, I bow to God, I pray for all of you, I pray for the entire creation. So now come to the next step, the question and answer. That's all. Oh, too many. Oh, I forgot. Do you know what I forgot? Wait. Oh God, what is happening? Have you played cards? The first question is this. Can you see? It is the first question. Do you know? I am a clown. How should one incorporate astrology into their life or practice? Is it necessary or a worthwhile study? Astrology is a science. I have nothing against it. Astrology as a business, I have a lot to say. Science is useful, but when the science becomes business, science is becoming business. Do you know how? The bitterest business of science is warfare. All these weapons, military, trade, commerce, the science. Science is useful, but science in the hand of businessmen and politicians, dangerous. Astrology is beautiful and useful, but don't make it a business. Do you know, I am the best astrologer of the world. You say, what? Do you really know astrology? Don't disclose, don't announce it. But I can make one sure certain forecast. Do you know what is the forecast? One day you will die. Can anybody defy this astrological forecast? But you are laughing at me. I am telling such secret of life and such secret from your astrological chart. You are laughing at me. Thank God. I will not do any astrological prediction here. What is your take on astral travel? And have you ever successfully done it? Do you know, every night when I sleep, I have lots of astral travels. Many dead bodies come, dead people come to me. And I have lots of encounter. Many holy personalities come to me. I have beautiful experiences. Lots of pilgrimages. This is during sleep. That is my astral travel. And there is no other astral travel. And this body is there. With this body, I travel. Okay? What best to help people who are suffering, who do not want to change? Do you know, the best help to people first? Do you know, I can help somebody or anybody if I have strength. I can support somebody if I have money in my pocket. Similarly, first you be a big change. Don't try to convert others by your own sermons. You become the change and let the impact of your change have change in others. You become an instrument of love, seeing your love, feeling your love. Others will say that here is a change. Why? When she is changing, I will change. Why can't I? And you want it or not, everybody is changing. So what? Everybody is changing. Yes, the body is changing. Hair is changing. Hairline is changing, teeth are changing, skin is changing, everything is changing. If you don't change, do you know, change is life. If you don't change, death. How can you help others to change? Change yourself, pray for others. Change yourself, love others. Change yourself, don't criticize others. Change yourself, don't see fault in others. Change in yourself, don't say that they are not changing. Mom, dad, sister, brother, I think you wanted them to come to the path of spirituality. Look, be happy with them. Be joyful. Do not, if I am to lift up a baby, I have to bend myself down. If I stand straight and tell baby should come to my hand, no. If you want to bring change in your family, bend yourself. Go to their level. Accept them. Love them. Motivate them in your service, your smile, in your joy. That will bring change anywhere you want. Is it important to keep one's inner sound in the right ear only? Do you know? Every sound you love. The birds chirping, love it. Dog is barking, love it. Somebody is screaming at you, love it. Somebody is scolding you, love it. What? Person is scolding me? The person is scolding you to tell you or to test you that how strong you are. Do you know, one person scolded me like anything. I was young. I was just smiling. He scolded me. And next day, the same person came and was apologetic. I have forgotten. I'm not telling story. I said, what happened? Because I didn't take things too seriously. Whatever he was scolding, I was not. He said, yesterday I scolded you. I said, did you really? He said, don't you remember? I told this, that. Then I recall. I'm not telling story. It was in 1984. She was my colleague in the college I taught. I was young, 24, 23, 24 years old. And he scolded like anything. I was smiling, then I left. Do not, one who treats other in bad manner, he is treating God in bad manner. If I react, then I go to that level of that person. If one who uses bad word is polluting his or her own tongue. If I don't pay my ears, nothing. Why should there be suffering in the life to give anything? Is it worth to fight destiny, something that is how to develop virtuous ego? I read half of your handwriting is beautiful. But my problem is, my Indian eyes. Then, do you know what happens? My working with computer. And however, whatever I understood, I'm telling. Personal suffering, the cause is myself. You tell, I'm suffering for him. No. You are suffering for yourself. It is your inner problem. Be very careful. Think little deeply. The joy or happiness, unhappiness or suffering, it is all my own karma. Nothing else. So be careful. Don't create new karma of misery or suffering. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. If anybody is doing wrong, it is his karma. Why should I be worried about it? But I should not be foolish or stupid to make my mind so weak, so critical, so emotional. Just something happened and I'll bring misery into my life next day, next day, next day. I'll forgive. And fight with one's own destiny. Human being is not the slave of one destiny. One is maker of one's destiny. What I am today, it is because of yesterday. What will be tomorrow, it is with me today. I'll talk to you or not, it depends upon me. Suppose if I fold my hands, I tell goodbye, who will force me to talk? It depends upon me. So I have to change myself. Nobody can change myself. Ego has three aspects. One is individuality. Second is activity. Third is possessiveness. Ego has three aspects. One is individuality. I am man. I am young. I am beautiful. I am American. I am Christian. I am vegetarian. I am, and so on. I am rich. This is individuality. I create my individuality with all these and separating from others. I am different from others. I am. Second aspect of ego is activity. I did, I achieved, I became, and it is the activity. Third is possessiveness. I have this house. I have few motor cars. I have this motor car. Do you know when I came first time to Europe? So somebody drove me. Another person asked me, Swami. At that time I was not Swami. I was, do you know how expensive is motor car? I said, it's none of my business. He said, no, you should know. I said, why? I said, no. With one motor car, you can start an ashram in India. I said, one motor car and one ashram? He said, yes. That motor car, it was very expensive. I will not tell the brand. It was very expensive. I said, it doesn't matter to me. That the owner of the motor car was my driver, and I was sitting in the motor car, and the duty of the motor car is to take me from the airport to the place I stay. That's all. How expensive, it doesn't matter to me. So ego is individuality, activity, and possessiveness. I want to possess the house. Now I want to possess my wife. I want to possess. So to possess, grab. Ego is, these are the ordinary ego. The spiritual ego or the virtuous ego, I belong to God. God belongs to me. I love Jesus. I love his teachings. I live according to his teachings. Jesus has told, love thy neighbor. I will love everybody. This is virtuous ego. Bringing God into life and living in God consciousness. How can I be a better student? My loving child. Be a little bit more disciplined. Give more time to study than to video game. Sit with your school books and not with the television or computer. And every day, pray to God a little. And do your homework, today's homework today. And make a determined effort. I will improve my study little more. So you will be a good student. What should you do when someone reacts something unhappiness? However, understood your question, what you are telling. Smile. My sweet child, bring smile all the time. Anybody who is even doing wrong to you will be scared. What, he's smiling? What is your favorite thing about Gurudev? This is the most difficult question. Do you know? The most favorite thing of Gurudev is his presence. His presence. Not that his physical presence. To feel his presence through his teachings, through his inspiration, and I feel that presence day and night continuously. Now the test for me in the sense in reading. How can I forgive without being hurt myself? Do you know, have you ever hit a stone? Who is hurt, the stone or you? Be like a stone. Be like a stone means be strong. If anybody is hurting you, if you are strong, the person who is hurting you will be hurt, not you. Am I clear with this? So, maybe again it came back the same. You said thoughts come from the memory. I think this we can discuss thought memory yesterday to talk. There is question and answer. I am very confused about whether we should settle down in USA or go back to India. Kids, education, job, and so on. I'm not reading too much. The decision I am anyhow, the person is willing to get a decision. Do not, any problem you have to take decision. Don't expect somebody will help you in taking decision. You have to eat. Food is in your front. Look at food, choose something, and eat in moderation. In the same way, any problem we face in our life, we have to take decision. When we are really unable to take decision, then pray to God in a peaceful mind. God will show the way. Look, US or India, it doesn't matter. India is becoming too much materialistic and too much expensive also. It is not less expensive. Wherever you are, accept it, and it could have been better there. I am then going there and then to thinking it would have been better in the USA. Confused mind will make you confused anywhere you go. Even if somebody gives a decision, suppose the Guru gave decision, you will tell, how could Guruji tell this? We are now in so much of trouble. So, why can't I? Again, the same question. Can anybody help me?
Why can't I make myself up to the truth at this very moment, as I have never once been separate from God's truth?
Okay. That's enough. Jesus said, you should know truth, and truth will make you free. And truth is not outside, truth is in you. Truth is that you belong to God and God belongs to you. And you are too much attached to the body, outer surrounding, and emotion, frustration, unhappiness, that will deviate you from truth. If you are really seeker of truth, Be strict to yourself, be disciplined your daily prayer, meditation, practices, study, and along with your own duty and responsibilities, you will be successful. What is happening to him?
There is word up at my new job because I said the word guru, and I said that the word spiritual when I am dealing with and spirit a manifestation of ignorance. What is the most effective way to handle it peacefully in society when dealing with people who are not doing inner work? When they are angry and you have become the target, how do you remove yourself from being the target?
Do you know, a person who has low body immunity is, open to lots of sickness. If you want to increase your body immunity, you have to follow some principle. Similarly, in life, you have to immunize yourself not to be affected by others who are around you, infecting you in form of anger, their unhappiness, their criticism. So how to develop that inner immunity or to immunize yourself? I'm not talking of taking vaccine. I'm telling take the vaccine of meditation, prayer, positive attitude, study some self-motivating book, and go for little physical exercises daily. It helps you not only for physical immunity, body immunity, about mind also. Breathe fresh and don't take any other words too seriously into yourself. Everybody changing, these words are also changing. That is nothing to me. Last question, thank God.
If I'm physically unable to do a part of the Kriya practice because of his
Okay. Meditate as you can. Do you know? I am in the examination hall. Have you ever thought of yourself as a little schoolboy in the examination hall and waiting for the question paper? And once the question paper is there, and little anxiety or fear, or if the question paper are little tough, and how you felt. So when I sat here at 5:30, so I was in the examination hall, and you all are the examiners. Do you understand me? I am in the examination hall. 1 hour talk, examination. Then question and answer. You question and I have to answer. Why? I am a teacher. I should ask you a question and you should answer me. You became my teacher and asking me to test me. So that's why I was happy that, now it is getting over. Do you know? Life is to love. Life is to smile. Even at difficult situation, to smile and love. That is what life is. Life is to pray. Life is to help each other. Life is to be strong, not to show your strength to others, to be strong, to help others, not to hurt anybody, even in thought. Not to hurt anybody, even in thought. However, I'm so happy this evening. Although outside I enjoyed this snowfall, I suffered with the feelings of the trees. I experienced joy and happiness with all of you. Let us meditate 1 to 3 minutes together. Wherever we are, let us sit with eyes closed. Remember that body is the temple. It is not my body, it is the temple of the divine, my beloved. This body is the living and moving church, moving temple. And my beloved is within me. I forgot my beloved before. Now is the time to feel him, to love him. The way to love him is through loving my breath. It is not my breath, it is breath of God. Let us watch our every breath, remembering God's breath. It is God is breathing. With every inhalation, let us feel love within. With every exhalation, let us feel peace manifested from us. Inhale in love, exhale in peace. Few times with breath consciousness, love and peace. Make your breath little slow, long, and deep. Slow, long, deep inhalation and slow, long, deep, full capacity exhalation. Inhale slow, long, deep and exhale completely, few times. With breath, love and peace. One minute in silence. Om Amen. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you, and I bow to the entire creation. I pray to God for peace, progress, and prosperity in ourselves, among ourselves, and in the entire creation. Om Amen. Thank you all.